Greetings and salutations. Another video about lymph. And I'm going to talk about lymph as it relates to iridology, or the reading of the iris of the eye. It's just such a fascinating topic. I love iridology, and the lymph blockage is such a huge issue. I mean, you should watch the videos on why it's important to do a lymph cleanse, the key to a lymph cleanse, the lymph cleanse walkthrough. It is such a crucial system to cleanse for human health that we don't even talk about really even in the medical community. It's really sad, but it's crucial. It's been one of my biggest issues. Most of my clients that I see, it's their biggest issue. And if you can get this system clean, you'll be better. But what's cool is that you can see it in the eye, especially blue eyes. You see somebody with blue eyes and they look steel gray, they look green, they look hazel, but they really have blue eyes, because there's no such thing as green eyes or hazel eyes or steel gray eyes. They're blue eyes. And the reason they look those colors is because they're congested, and it's the lymphatic system congestion. The lymph system is backed up, and acidic waste and inflammation is covering the body. And that's how you know. I mean, my eyes were blue when I was born, and then now they're greenish hazelish. Why? Because of the toxins in my body, because the buildup of toxins in my body over the years of doing all the wrong things, making the wrong choices, having weakened genetics, things that God has called me to overcome. And I'm going to overcome it by the grace and the will of God, not on my own strength, on His strength, because it's a battle, it's a journey. But you can see it in the eye, and it's awesome. So I love doing iris readings. I love looking at people's eyes, blowing up the picture, showing them all the white in their eyes. It's all this acid, inflammation, and backup of their lymphatic system. We call it an over-acid condition. When it's really bad, we call it febrile. That's the terminology that's used. It can even get into what's called uric acid diathesis, which is this thick netting that forms over the eyes. It almost looks like the eye has this white netting that's covering the eye, that's almost even separate from the eye. And that's a progression of this acid buildup inside the human body. And if you talk to people who have these things going on in their eye, they have lymph issues. I mean, you don't even have to really know them or know their health history to know that at some point in their life they've been suffering from allergies or asthma or arthritis or pain conditions, or they've had their tonsils removed or earaches or something on down the list of all these lymph blockage related issues. There's another way to see it in the eyes. It's called hydrogenoid. And they're these little pockets, I call them cotton balls, but around the outside of the iris you can see these little tufts, these little pockets of congestion all around the lymph zone, which is the sixth zone of the iris, which is the lymph zone. And you can see the blockages in the eyes so clear. And what's cool about it is people fast and they cleanse and they do all the right things. This white can lift off the eyes. Green eyes can look blue again. Hazel eyes can look blue again. Steel gray eyes can look blue again. I know it's hard to believe, but we know it's true. We've seen it happen. And so I wanted to stress how cool it is to actually see this picture painted in front of you of what's going on in your body through your eye, especially related to this lymphatic system blockage. You can also see it through something around the iris of the eye called central heterochromia. It's when there's a dark color around the iris of the eye, which is the digestive zone of the eye. And when it turns brown or rust colored, it means you have chronic lymph blockage throughout your whole system, affecting your digestion, affecting your liver, affecting your pancreas. It's kind of a progression of toxicity in the body. You can see it in the mixed eye, which is called the biliary eye, where there's a lot of brown and chronic lymph, liver, pancreas congestion. Almost everybody today has some level of lymphatic system congestion. Almost everybody and their generational history has lived on the standard American diet and have not changed their ways from generation to generation. Really, we only change when we get sick and we're desperate to find health and to find healing. And I'm okay with that, because it really is an opportunity to find God and to find truth and to start stewarding our bodies well and say, God, yes, I want to align with you and your heart and the way you designed me, and I don't want to live in sickness and disease, and I don't want to live in pain, and I don't want that for my children. The children are suffering today because of our choices, and they're having health issues because of our choices. and a lot of it's because this lymph blockage issue, and you can see it in the eye. So I'd encourage you to do iridology, to get an iris reading through us or through another certified iridologist, ideally one through IPA, the International Iridology Practitioners Association, somebody who's certified and well-versed in studying the iris of the eye, and again, clearly seeing these issues in your children, in you, and learning what you need to do to restore your health, learning that you don't have to be a quote-unquote victim of sickness and disease. You don't have to suffer with arthritis. You don't have to suffer with all these debilitating conditions that people are struggling with because of the backup of their bodies, of the sewer system or the rivers in their system that are designed to be free-flowing and keep us free of sickness and disease. Instead, they're backed up and they're causing all the symptoms that we know of sickness and disease. So I love iridology. The eye, it's Matthew 6:22. The eye is the lamp of the body, and if the eye is good, the whole body will be full of light. It's the only way to see everything going on in the human body is in the iris of the eye. I mean, do we really think God wouldn't give us a way to see into the human body, to see what's going on, and to see in every gland, every organ, every system what's going on in the human body? Did God design us to need electricity and technology and fancy tests and fancy machinery to see what's going on in the body? Yet that's what we've leaned towards. We've trusted man-made machines, spitting out information that's a lot of times inaccurate, giving people false readings and causing all kinds of unnecessary procedures to be done when God's shown it to us right in the eye. And so it's amazing. I mean, I've been blown away about what I've learned through iridology. The Lord highlighted it to me. I've only been into it a short time, but clearly the Lord has given us this amazing, amazing tool for learning what's going on in the body. So I encourage you to check it out, to see, pun intended, to see for yourself what's going on in your body so you can learn what to do to restore your health.